Hey, what's good, boxing and fight fans? This is Eric from Jab Sports TV. And according to an article on Boxing Junkie, it looks like Miguel Cotto plans on returning to the ring on December 3rd, 2016 on an HBO pay-per-view card in South Florida. Now, originally talks were being made with Juan Manuel Marquez for the fight, but the two could not agree on the fight weight. Now, Marquez, who has held the title at 126 pounds, 130, 135, and 140 pound division, wanted the fight at the welterweight limit of 147. But Cotto, who has not fought at 147 since his loss to Manny Pacquiao back in 2009, wanted the fight at the 150 pound maximum. Now, Cotto's promoters, which is Roc Nation, is actually having a hard time finding an opponent in the 154-pound junior middleweight division due to issues between their company and Al Heyman. A situation that actually happened in the music industry between Jay-Z and Al Heyman. Apparently, that's what happened. But Cotto was supposed to return this June, in fact, to face the now beat-up James Kirtland. Now, if you don't know James Kirtland, that's the last guy, one of the last guys that fought Canelo, which Canelo totally dismantled James Kirtland. Now, again, Roc Nation Sports could not make this fight because James Kirtland didn't like the money that they had offered him. And if it's, if you can't make a fight with James Kirtland, who in the hell can you make a fight with? But anyways, one possibility, one option for Cotto may be Timothy Bradley, who has mentioned and expressed interest in wanting to move up in this weight division very soon. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, Cotto, whose record is 40 wins, 5 losses, 0 draws, he has one more fight left on his contract with Roc Nation Sports. In my opinion, I recommend he does not sign with Roc Nation Sports, and he searches elsewhere for a new management and promotional company if he wants to stay active and continue his boxing career. Let's just face it, nowadays, especially in the welterweight and like the junior middleweight division, almost all roads leads to Al Heyman. And if they're going to continue, meaning Roc Nation Sports and Al Heyman is going to continue having disagreements and issues, Miguel Cotto isn't going to get the fights that he deserves and the fights that he wants and the fights that the fans want. Now, possible opponents that Miguel Cotto could face is like a Demetrius Andrade, a Jermall Charlo. He can't face Jermall Charlo right now because Jermall Charlo is going to be fighting Julian J. Rock Williams. He could fight Erislandy Lara or even a rematch with Austin Trout. At this point, he has to stay active. He has to get some kind of fight. And because the last time he fought, I think, was last year. And that was a fight where he lost to Saul Canelo Alvarez. So I'm just curious as to why he would even consider cherry picking, in my opinion, a fight from a much smaller Juan Manuel Marquez, who is 2 weight classes below him. Is it just to look good? Is it just to get a win? And it's like there's a trend now to where middleweights in particular, they're accepting these fights from guys who are 2, 3 weight classes below him. Look at Amir Khan versus Canelo. Look how that fight went. Then you got Kell Brook, who's going to be fighting Gennady Golovkin on September 10th. And that's going to be a blood sacrifice. That's going to be a damn blood orgy, a bloodbath. And I just don't get why these guys who are much bigger are accepting these fights from the much smaller, in this case, welterweights, who want to try to move up 2, 3 weight classes to middleweight. I don't get it. But I think Miguel Cotto knows that at this point, being 35 years old, his career is winding down. He's been in a lot of wars in his career, a lot of battles. And he may have, in my opinion, 3 more fights left in him. And if he goes back down to, let's say, welterweight, he wouldn't stand a chance up against most of the fighters in that stacked division. I mean, think about Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Sean Porter. I mean, just think about those guys. I mean, the welterweight division is stacked. And I think Miguel Cotto knows that he would have a difficult time possibly moving down to that welterweight division. And he will still run into problems with Roc Nation getting fights made in that division because of the issues with Al Haymon. And even if he took the fight with Juan Manuel Marquez at 147 pounds, at that weight, he could possibly lose up against Juan Manuel Marquez. And I think that's fair if they fought at 147 pounds versus 150. Why should Juan Manuel Marquez have to move up 2-3 weight divisions just to face Miguel Cotto? But you know, that's the fight game for you, man, and that's politics for you in the boxing world. So where does Miguel Cotto go from here? He's 3-3 in his last 6 fights. He hasn't looked that good in his last 6 fights. He had a lot more luck back when he was in the welterweight division. So, you know, considering that, the junior middleweight division is becoming stacked as well. So I don't know how he would fare in the future up against some of these middleweights. You know, I just don't think he'll do that well up against him. But, you know, what's another alternative? Can he move back down to welterweight and maybe impose his power on that division? Is that a possibility? That may be a bit tough because at 35 years old, having to move down, it'll be tough for him to maintain the welterweight. And it'd drain the hell out of him if he moved down to welterweight. And like I said, he would be facing a very tough division in the welterweight. So, I mean, that's really not a possibility for him either. Now, I mean, his only other alternative maybe is just, okay, stay in the junior middleweight division and get rid of Roc Nation Sports. It just doesn't seem that's a good look for his particular situation and career. Get rid of Roc Nation Sports and get with a manager and promotional company that could get him decent fights in a timely manner. That's my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about Miguel Cotto coming back. And also let me know what fighters you'd like to see Miguel Cotto actually face in the junior middleweight division. And if you like this video and you like getting news and updates about what's going on in the fight game as well as the boxing world, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.